What's up guys, Alex and Elena here, and in this video we take you along on our experience of traveling from Houston to the resort island of Phuket, Thailand, using both Taiwan's national airline EVA and Thailand's Bangkok Airway. We'll have two layovers, first in Taiwan at the Taipei International Airport and then at Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. Everything is closed, so we can't go to any lounges. It's 11:30. We have about an hour and 15 minutes before we board the plane. So we're on our way to Thailand. All right.
We made it through security. It was pretty quick this time.
There was absolutely nobody in the line. Check-in was pretty empty. It was pretty smooth. Even the security was smooth. This is our first leg to Bangkok. We're traveling from Houston.
First we're going to Taipei. It's gonna be 16 hours flight. Then it's gonna be flight to Bangkok. It's 4 hours flight, right? Taipei to Bangkok.
It's about 4 hours flight.
And then 1 hour to Phuket.
An hour and a half to Phuket.
Total 30 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long trip. We're flying with EVA Airways, which is the national airline for Taiwan. So we'll check out the airplane. We'll let you know how it is, see if it's better than KLM, which we took last time, which I'm almost positive it's gonna be better. So yeah, we're gonna board in about an hour and 45 minutes. It's a 16-hour flight from here to Taipei. We'll be able to tough through it, hopefully. EVA Airlines was a huge upgrade compared to our last experience with KLM. The seats were far more comfortable, and each seat had its own touchscreen entertainment system that allowed for access to movies, TV shows, music, video games, and flight and destination information. The personal entertainment system uses a standard 3.5mm jack for plugging in your headphones, but I had my own trusty little Bluetooth transmitter, enabling me to connect wirelessly. You can also take a look at the descriptions of any upcoming meal selections. For this flight from Houston to Taipei, we were served dinner and breakfast. You will be given the option to choose from 2 different choices for each meal. Elena chose the chicken while I chose the beef, and both of us were pleasantly surprised by how tasty each were. Not phenomenal by any means, but still much better than what you come to expect from most other airlines. It was also nice that everything was served on non-flimsy trays and included actual silverware, rather than the cheap plastic ones you get on other airlines. For beverages, you had a choice of wine, an assortment of beers, as well as a variety of sodas, juices, tea, coffee, and water, all included at no extra charge. During the flight, you have a variety of amenities available. If you get hungry, they have ham and cheese sandwiches as well as a variety of other snacks available. Even the restrooms were impressive. They were regularly cleaned and stocked with various amenities such as toothbrush kits, eye masks, and razors. On a flight this long, they will eventually dim the lights for downtime before reaching your final destination. About an hour and a half before touching down, the lights were brought back on and breakfast was served. We had a choice of an American or Chinese style breakfast. I chose the Chinese and Olena got the American. "16 hours later, and we have finally made it to our first stop, the Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport in Taipei, where we'll have about a 2.5-hour layover. Transiting through Taiwan went about as smooth as it could be. Airport staff was on hand to guide passengers to where they needed to be. Clearly marked signs were also posted throughout to ensure that you don't get lost. Because our connecting flight was also with EVA Airlines, our connecting gate was located within the same terminal we arrived in. There was no additional security screening required, and that was definitely a relief. The airport had no shortage of high-end fashion stores, along with your typical duty-free shops. But what we were really interested in was with their lounge offerings. We counted at least 6 lounges servicing different membership groups. As a Priority Pass member, I had access to two of the lounges, the Oriental Club Lounge and the Plaza Premium Lounge, for myself and Olena. The Oriental Club Lounge was quite impressive. There was enough seating to where the lounge never really felt overcrowded. A large variety of both hot and cold dishes was available, and both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks were plentiful. Most of the offerings were geared towards the Asian demographic. They even had an area where you could place a freshly made order from a selection of typical local Taiwanese dishes. If you don't have access to a lounge, there's no need to worry, as you have access to a food court with a variety of offerings ranging from McDonald's and Jamba Juice to a whole bunch of Taiwanese staples. We only had enough time to visit one lounge before our next flight, so now it's time to head over to our next gate. One thing we did notice with EVA, as well as with Bangkok Airways, is that their boarding process isn't the same as what we're used to. They board people sitting in the back of the plane first, so don't be alarmed if your boarding group is one of the last. It just means you're sitting closer to the front. The flight to Bangkok was a much shorter 3.5 hours, with an overall experience similar to our last flight. We were served lunch for this leg, and as expected, there were two choices available. Once we arrived at the Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, the process was similar to that in Taiwan. Airport staff was on hand along with clearly marked signs throughout to help guide passengers in the right direction. I don't know if we were just lucky or if the immigration entry process was super efficient, but there were hardly any lines. Being US citizens, we are allowed 30 days entry visa-free. took all but like 10 minutes to get through.
I would say less.
But if you have 5 minutes, there was like no line. I think they got it to a T now. The process is like,
Well, there's not that many people already.
Yeah.
it could be because our planes maybe not as like, there's not as many like planes landing. We're gonna go grab our luggage now and then go to the domestic terminal where we'll catch our flight to Phuket. All right, so now that we've made it into Thailand, how do you feel, honey?
I feel like I need to take a shower.
Really? You feel okay?
Yeah, now I feel dirty.
But you don't feel as dirty as we did when we
Yeah.
went to Romania, though.
And I don't feel that tired, so it was nice. EVA.
EVA,
With
thumbs up on EVA. We've been traveling for how many hours now? 16 plus 3 plus 19. We've been about 24 hours on the road so far.
Yep.
So we're on our last leg. We're gonna catch our flight. We're gonna move from here, the international terminal, over to the domestic terminal. We're in Bangkok, and we're gonna catch a flight to Phuket, get to the hotel, and then be ready for the night.
Yeah.
Once we collected our luggage and exited the international terminal, it was an easy walk to the domestic terminal. The domestic terminal is in the same building directly next to the international terminal. Check-in counters are located a few floors up. After checking our bags at the Bangkok Airways counter for our final flight to Phuket, we were ready to explore the airport once again. Just like in Taiwan, Thailand airports boast some of the best lounges we've ever experienced. There must have been at least 6 or so that we saw. Priority Pass members have access to 3 different lounges. First stop, the Blue Ribbon Lounge. Again, an impressive amount of both hot and cold foods, including several freshly made dishes on request. Next stop, the Royal Silk Lounge. Out of the 3 lounges we visited that day, this was easily our favorite. Plenty of seating with a wide assortment of both hot and cold dishes that had a higher quality feel to them. Hainan chicken rice, mushroom quiche.
Is it better than in previous lounge?
Yeah, much better.
Hainan chicken rice.
Hainan chicken rice with soup.
It's good.
So good.
So here we go. It's Thai Airways, yeah. Silk Road Lounge.
Silk lounge.
Silk Lounge.
Royal silk.
Royal Silk Lounge. This is mango ice cream. If you're looking for a spoon inside. Whoa, it's frozen.
Is it Talenti style?
I don't know yet. It's durian style. I don't know why. Tastes like durian. Let's see, there's kinda a couple weird desserts. This is one. It's like a little strings, yellow color.
Yep. What is it?
Tastes like honey.
Okay.
This is blue rose. Oh, it's a jello.
Like a blueberry?
Agar, like coconut agar.
Oh, okay.
And this is piece of chocolate cake. Tastes like chocolate cakes.
The last, and probably our least favorite lounge, was the Corral. With French-inspired decor, it wasn't bad, just not really in the same level as the other two. Fish paste ball, fried fish paste ball.
Looks a little bit stale.
Chicken wing.
Good.
Chicken wing with the paste ball. Ooh. Spicy. The final leg of our trip was a quick hour and 20-minute flight with Bangkok Airways. Being as it was a domestic flight, the plane itself was pretty standard, but still comfortable enough. We were served a hot meal, but by this point, I was so stuffed I could barely eat it, let alone enjoy it. Once we arrived at Phuket International Airport, we collected our luggage and proceeded to the exit. There are several different options when it comes to transportation. I opted to go with the more expensive but convenient private pickup using Klook. Even then, everything in Thailand is far less expensive relative to the US. Look for a sign with your name and let the agent know you've arrived, and the driver will pick you up outside. We stayed at the popular Patong area of Phuket, which is just under an hour drive from the airport. As always, thanks for watching our video. If you found it to be helpful, be sure to hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for our next videos as we explore amazing Thailand.